Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be learning how to set up endpoint groups. During the course of the video, there'll be pause breaks. It is highly recommended to pause and try out the feature yourself during these breaks. Let's begin with an overview. Endpoint groups allows the user to combine a number of endpoints together. These groups are then added to remediation plans with the selected patches you aim to install. Remember, Jetpatch patches at a group level, so all the endpoints within an endpoint group will receive the same patches. This allows for a greater level of compliance across the board. Let's jump into the product. We can start off by going to System, Endpoint Groups. Currently, there are two different variations of endpoint groups depending on the operating system the user is using, which can be seen under the column Source. First are computer groups made on WSUS for Windows operating systems and cannot be edited in any way in Jetpatch. Second are internal groups created on the Jetpatch UI for all other operating systems outside of Microsoft Windows. To create an endpoint group, select Create Endpoint Group in the upper right-hand corner. All you need to do now is give it a name, description, and then save. We recommend giving a description to help identify endpoint groups that may have similar names, but is not required. After you have saved, hovering the mouse over the endpoint group will bring up three icons on the right side: Edit, Unassign all endpoints, and Delete. Remember, the groups that are imported from WSUS can't be removed or edited. I now suggest pausing the video so that you can try creating an endpoint group yourself. You might be thinking, I created an endpoint group, but how do I add the endpoints to the group? This is done from a different tab within Jetpatch. Let's go there now. Simply go to Endpoints, then Groups. Remember, you are not allowed to add Windows endpoints to groups within the UI. This must also be done from WSUS. So how do you assign endpoints to an endpoint group? You can go manually through the list and put a check mark on every endpoint you need, or to make it easier, you can filter the needed endpoints by using the search line filters with options that are there. After the needed endpoints are checked, select Assign Endpoint Group and select the group you would like them to be in. To check if you did everything right, you should be able to see the name of the endpoint group on the right-hand side of the endpoints. Let's pause right now and let you add endpoints to your endpoint group. In order to remove an endpoint from an endpoint group, simply find the endpoint, go to the right side of the list where the endpoint group name is, and hit the X sign. If an endpoint is not assigned to any endpoint group, it will be automatically added to the unassigned endpoints group and cannot be removed. A great way to check if endpoints have not been assigned yet is to filter on unassigned endpoints in the endpoint group filter. To recap, start by making endpoint group in System Endpoints Groups. Then, add your endpoints to the group in Endpoint Groups. Remember, if you are using Windows devices, all actions must currently be done in WSUS. For all other endpoints, these actions can be done within Jetpatch. That's all for now.